It's a blessing and a curse for a movie to be put in the number one spot of any of the Sight and Sound polls. On one hand, it brings more attention to the film itself. On the other, it also attracts more criticism about whether or not the film in question deserves to be number one. This happened to Citizen Kane, Vertigo, Tokyo Story, and now Jeanne Dielman, 23 Quai du Commerce, 1080 Bruxelles. It's hard for me to take a side on that discussion with regards to the polls, but I do think Jeanne Dielman, hopefully without sounding too elitist or pretentious, did earn its place at the top. That's not necessarily because I believe it's the greatest film of all time, but more because I think it has a lot of depth and is so different from anything I've seen. For me, one of the greatest joys in film is seeing a broad range of ideas on screen, so when a film has a particular intention and perspective that is really unique, it's always good to promote that. With all that being said, Jeanne Dielman is a very slow film. Clocking it at 3 hours and 21 minutes, it was intimidating for me to even start. The pacing is admittedly glacial, but for good reason. The words that come to mind are methodical, deliberate, and meditative. I found myself getting sucked into a bit of a trance watching Jeanne go about her 3 days. The camera remains entirely stationary. There are no moving shots at all. Shots are held for an extended period of time, kind of like the pie scene in A Ghost Story, another great film. For example, the shots are held so long that we have scenes where Jeanne peels potatoes, makes coffee, and breads veal cutlets all in real time. The camera for those food preparation shots is always in the same place, fixed to what I assume is a tripod, facing the table and across from Jeanne herself. There's also no soundtrack at all, save for some diegetic music from a radio. All this sounds pretty boring, and yet I actually enjoyed it. As a fan of slice of life media, you can't get more slice of life than this, save for the last 10 minutes. Real life is rarely exciting. As the viewer, I felt like I was watching a real person's mundane life. There's a voyeuristic nature about the whole thing. There's also a bit of a turn halfway through that was particularly clever. It's almost exactly in the middle of the runtime. About 1 hour and 40 minutes of getting used to Jeanne Perfect's routines, we suddenly see her make mistakes. She forgets to put the pot lid back on, overboils potatoes, etc. Delphine Seyrig does an incredible job keeping this all understated. You can clearly see her thinking and contemplating her life, but there's no way to know what she's truly thinking about. Then, of course, there's that big ending. Without giving too much away, I feel like that's a symbol of Jeanne attempting to take back her life and breaking free of routine. But ultimately, as shown in the very last scene where she's just sitting at the table and thinking about what she's done, she isn't able to. Jeanne Dielman is often described as a feminist film, and I can definitely see that. For the first 3-ish hours, we're shown what society thinks a woman's place is. Jeanne is shown cleaning, cooking, shopping, having sex with clients, etc. But when it comes to that ending, she commits an action that is so contrary to what her supposed role is that it should break her free. And yet it doesn't. I'm not a film critic at all, but that's what it seemed like to me. I'm glad I finally got around to watching this.